in your country. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here after 2 years of this very turbulent period. And I don't want to speak as politicians usually speak by saying what we will do in the years to come. Because I agree, and thank you for your kind words, in politics and in business, what really counts is not what you say you will do, it's what you have already done, is if you can deliver or not. So 2 years after, I will just ask you to imagine me as the Minister of Development and Investment with my colleague and dear friend Nick Papathanasis. Everything what I say is a common work between the two of us. And our best friend, Christos Staikouras from the Ministry of Finance, because we're a team, it's not a personal work, it's a government work. And of course the Prime Minister. And I would say 2 years ago, from here, after 2 years, in Greece, Ellinikon will have started, 10 years we were talking about it. Eldorado Gold will have a new contract and will be able to continue the investment in Greece. 7-8 years was stocked. Pfizer, who has already come, and I will say some words after that, in December 2019, Pfizer was the first already foreign direct investment that we had in the country, but at that time the plan was for 200 jobs. Today 700 jobs already, and I hope it will be over another. Microsoft will come to Greece. Digital Realty will come to Greece. Amazon Web Services will come to Greece. Meta Facebook will come to Greece. And various other. Most probably, my friend Albert, I will say it a little bit in Greek for all of us, and then I will translate. You would think, και πού να σφίξουν οι ζέστες. What would happen if the temperature was really hot? But all these things has already happened. And of course I have to say that I really want to thank the United States of America, because most of our foreign direct investments that we managed to attract these 2 years is from the United States of America. And this shows the excellent level of the relationship between our two nations. Mr. Calafats, my friend, you are one that is coming, and we're waiting for you with the film studio with great joy. But the main thing is that we managed for the first time after many decades to change totally the perception of Greece abroad. And I want to tell you that this is the biggest effort this government and this Prime Minister has. How to change the perception, and what I mean with that. For many years, if someone investor was even thinking to come to invest in Greece, his lawyers, his friends, his social environment, his colleagues would say to him, don't go there. You will only face problems, bureaucracy, you will lose your time and money. And this was the main reason nobody was coming to Greece, a beautiful country, in a great location, with intelligent people, but foreign direct investments weren't coming, because their reputation was very bad. Mr. Fotakidis was one of the first that, with CBC, they decided to come, they were brave enough. But not all the investors are so brave, to be honest. So what we did, day one in the government, we started working very hard to change everything. Our first law, from the Ministry of Development and Investment, with Mr. Bernitsa, who is there, don't hide yourself, Mr. Bernitsas, went to the Parliament, and the main idea was to reduce bureaucracy as much as we could. This was in the legislative level. But we didn't only do that. In order to unstock the Ellinikon project, we established in the Ministry of Development with the Minister of Finance, the two ministries, one concrete thing that we're working day by day with all the team of Lambda, you know that, Odysseus, with all your team and your lawyers and everybody, material to solve all the problems one by one. And this was the reason we managed today to have the Lilikon already in process, and we know that after some years we'll be able to go there and be proud about all these beautiful things we're going to do there. And one other thing we did, and we're still doing it. When we say something to an investor, we always deliver. Because this is a matter of reputation. I will tell you a very short story. My first foreign direct investment as Minister of Development was Pfizer. It was July 2019. I was Minister, Albert, 12 days, something like that. And my friends from Pfizer, I knew them from my term as Minister of Health, told me that we have a team from the United States of America that they want to see and examine if they could come to Thessaloniki to build their digital center. I knew that Mr. Boula is a Greek, of course, and from Thessaloniki. So I realized, I didn't know him at that time, I didn't have the honor, but I understand, I realized that, okay, a Greek guy from Thessaloniki would be very happy to have it in Thessaloniki. But in order for him to make it, we have, as a government, to help me do it. We discussed with the people in the United States of America. They were examining 6 other cities. We reached the deal, and we kept our promise to the last. Why? Because we believe in this government that if an investor comes to Greece and starts working and realize that he will find reasonable people with whom he can find ways to solve his problems. Problems will always occur in investments and in life. The important thing is to know that when a problem will come, you will find people to find solutions and not to cause you a bigger problem. That is the spirit of this government. We respect other people's time and money. And believe me, this system works. With Microsoft, it's the same story. We were competing 9 other cities with Nicolas Athanasiou in the negotiations. 9 other cities. I still remember the day they sent us an email and said, congratulations, we decided to build a data center in Greece. We're celebrating like little children, like it was ours, the data center. And now, this week on Friday, we'll pass it from by the Ministerial Committee, named it as a strategic investment, and the real work is starting in Africa. So, the message I want to deliver to here today is, this is the time to come and invest in Greece. And who have Greek origin, I have to say something. I don't like the thing we were doing for many decades, that we're trying from Greece to persuade Greek people to come and invest in Greece just because they're Greeks. I don't believe that the economy works this way. Any investor will come to invest only if he believes that he will have a profitable investment. This is how the economy works. But since now you see that other many non-Greek origins are coming to invest in Greece, for sure this is the right time and for you to come. Not because you are Greeks, but because you will find opportunities in Greece and people that will make you solve your problems. I see my friend Mr. Geliadis in the room. Thank you very much for all the cooperation we have these 2 years. Mr. Geliadis is the other story, Afandu in Rhode Island. It was the other story, the smaller Lilikon in Rhode Island. It was stopped for 6-7 years. Now it has everything is finished, and he's continuing his work and building this fantastic place in Rhodes, one of the best in the planet. One more story was solved during our term in these 2 years in COVID period, which of course has influenced us just because we were losing a lot of time just to deal with COVID issues, because we didn't know how to do it in the beginning. But the main idea still is, Greece now, even after all these things that are happening, many people are saying to me, you were very unlucky in your term. You had Turkey in the beginning with the refugee issue, then you had COVID, now there is the invasion in Ukraine. I never see it this way. We came to politics to do good to our country, and I'm very proud that this Prime Minister and this government managed under these circumstances to keep our country stable, to keep our country with progress. Even this year, everybody predicts, Mr. Maklong, the Deputy Minister from the Ministry of Labour, and a very good friend, and a very efficient minister, I have to say. Even in this year, Albert, expectations are 3.5% growth, which of course is not great. We wanted 5 with Christmas. But under these circumstances for this year, it will be a very, very good progress for our country. So the government was not unlucky. The government was in the right position, in the right time, to handle very difficult issue, and still is handling very difficult issue in the best way we can for the Greek people, in which we own, and their trust, we own the position we have, and we want to give them back this trust by very strong work and trying to do our best. And of course, you know that in the financial level, we are now a country that repaid IMF and exited from IMF 2 weeks ago. Important for the stability of our government, of our country, of our public finance. We had the success that Mr. Dombrovskis, the Vice President of the EU Commission, announced that this summer Greece will exit the surveillance of the institution, European institution, another step forward in order to achieve the biggest goal of the investment grade that will finish all the adventures that started in 2010 and will give us in front a real bright future. So I want to thank again all of you for being here today. It's a great honor for us to come from Greece and tell you all the opportunities our country can provide in order to do business and investments, and to tell you that with the same spirit, the same courage, and the same way we handle things these 2.5 years, we will continue until the finish of our term, and if the Greek people will decide to re-elect Kyriakos Mitsotakis as Prime Minister, in which I have to say, it's my own prediction, he will be re-elected, he will win the elections, because he's a very good Prime Minister, and at the end, the Greek people will judge him very just. We will continue in the same spirit to work as hard as we can to make the life of the Greek people as best as we can. And the future, even in this turbulent time of war, that everybody is seeing instability and have uncertainty about what is going to happen, I can tell you that this will continue in the same way. And one last comment, I want to say that. When the invasion of Russia came to Ukraine, our government and our Prime Minister, and I'm very proud for that, was one of the first Prime Ministers in the European Union that took a very clear position on that. Against Russia, against this invasion, and for Ukraine. This was not always the case with Greece in foreign policy. Many times we had to balance our relations with Russia. But at that time, the principles Greece stands for, democracy, human rights, freedom, led us into a very clear position. And I'm very proud, and you should be proud about this position. Because this is what Greece stands for. And this is the Greece we really want for the future. A Greece with principles, a Greece with democracy, and a Greece with a strong economy with all of you with that. Thank you very much. Dr. Albert Zula, I have to say, I have given a lot of speeches in my life, but in front of you, I was a little bit nervous. I have that. So, thank you very much.